Hey guys, welcome back to Say It With Your Chest.
Okay.
Let's just start this episode.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, we're like, I hate to start off the pod in like
I
a
know,
bad way,
I
but we
agree.
just like had a fucking week and it's like
This week has been the week of all weeks, and yeah, it really sucks because I want to come in here with a really positive attitude, but sometimes you just can't.
Yeah, sometimes you just have hard weeks, and this is just one of them.
This has been a hard week.
So to start off, we saw another fucking mouse.
I know, it's like not even like a big thing anymore. It's just like, and it happened again.
And yeah.
Alright. Well, basically, you have yet to actually see.
Yeah, thank God.
I know, it's like kind of annoying.
No, don't
because
even say that.
I'm the only person in this apartment that has actually seen a mouse.
It's because the universe knows I can't handle it. Like, they just know I would fucking, like, spiral.
Alright, well, I don't know if I can handle it, but basically 2 nights ago, I was, minding my own business, watching some TV in my room, just, like, living life, because I feel like we finally put our guard down. Like, we finally started, like, leaving our doors open again,
got
like,
back to normal,
chatting at night, like, so my guard was just down, like, and then all of a sudden I see a mouse in my room. I don't know why they're in my room. Makes no sense.
Yeah, like, there's no holes in her room. Like, 2 people have told her that already.
Yeah, like, I made them check out my room and nothing. But Jess was already asleep at this point. So yeah. I was, like, just texting her the update, but I didn't want to wake you up out of your peaceful sleep to, like, start this.
I know, but I felt so bad when I woke up in the morning. I was like, oh, you should have just come in here.
I know. I didn't want to do that to you. It was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, damn. So I just took a bunch of my shirts and stuffed them underneath my door, and I just cried until I fell asleep.
No. Guys, like, it's so crazy. I feel like you don't get it until it happens to you.
I didn't get it because, I mean, obviously this was happening to her, and I didn't really, I mean, I got it, but I didn't get it.
Yeah. Because I feel like last year you were like, it's just a mouse, like, it's okay.
Yeah, like, just,
and I'm like, no, like, it's not okay.
There's some different kind of, like, bodily reaction when you find a mouse in your room, like, in your safe space.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I know it's okay, like, I'm safe. Like, this mouse isn't gonna, like, kill me, but it's just immediate tears.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard to sleep, and it's like after the week that we've had and everything, I need my sleep. And so now that has been robbed from me. I have nothing left.
Yeah, but in other news, we had our first week of classes.
Right, which goes kind
also
of
into the rough week.
The rough week.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if I've said this on the pod, but I'm taking 2 of my classes, like, online and only 1 in person this semester because I also work full time. And last year, like, I just felt like I was a chicken with my head cut off, like, freaking running around all week, and it was, like, just too much. I was like, I need to just, like, have a little bit more flexibility in my schedule. So hopefully, like, I think it'll be better time-wise with the taking 2 classes online. But this first week was, like, fine with classes and stuff. I still have to, like, literally do all of my work, but it's gonna be a tomorrow problem for sure.
My first week of classes, I mean, they were fine. Like, I actually enjoy being in person classes, like seeing my friends on the weekly and just getting, like, face-to-face time with my class and everything. It's just obviously overwhelming the first week. I feel like syllabus week in undergrad is super fun because you don't really have real work to do and everyone just parties and it's, like, chill. But in grad school, syllabus week is so overwhelming because they basically just go through all of the major assignments for the whole entire year, where it's like, that's not really how my brain works. I need to, like, take things day by day, week by week, and I can't think about the major assignment that I have to do at the end of the semester. because it's just too much, guys. Like, it's way
It's a
too much.
lot. Yeah.
So yeah, just hearing about like everything that's to come throughout this entire semester was a lot. I also started my practicum experience this week, so it feels like I'm kind of working 2 jobs at the moment, one during the day, and then I go to the restaurant at night and waitress my little butt off. And yeah, so now I feel like I'm doing 2 full-time jobs and school and homework and just everything. So it's really kicked my butt this week.
Yeah.
I think it'll get easier as time goes on because we'll get more used to like the schedule and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But this week it was a lot of adjusting and managing my time a lot better, but definitely really tiring.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Like, I don't know.
I
don't
feel like
even know
you
what to
can
say.
hear like the defeat in our
exhaustion.
voice, which is just so sad because we're usually so upbeat. But
oh yeah, speaking of defeat, if you're watching on YouTube and you're like, oh, where did all those pictures from last week go that were in the background? Basically I don't know how to like hang up a picture, apparently. So I got these like things, you know, to
you
put
can
them
see all of the
up.
holes.
Yeah, and then they all just fucking ripped out of the wall. So now there's just a bunch of like fucking shit on my wall that I'm gonna have to like patch up. But I think I know the solution of how to put them up. So after I like fix that wall situation, hopefully they'll be fine. One can only hope. Or we'll just have a bare wall.
I know. It's just like nothing's really working out. Even the small things like that.
Yeah, so that's really annoying. And it's just like I'm not really the type of person that like likes to go to the store or like I'm just like
oh my
order
god,
things.
Jess,
So.
like if you know Jess, you know like she gets everything sent to the apartment. Like
Yeah.
it could be like the most random fucking thing, but she's not going to a store to get it. Like it's getting sent to
No,
to
because the
doorstep.
thing is like I'm not like I'm sorry. This is probably gonna sound like so like spoiled or whatever, but like this is my life. Like I'm not walking to the store and then like
We have a Target that's
hauling
like 10
everything
minutes down
back.
the street.
But it's like it's fucking 90 degrees outside. Like Fenway is always like full of people like walking around and like all these kids going to the Red Sox games, and it's like after work I just want to come home. Like I don't want to deal with all the people and like people are asking me questions like, "Oh, do you know where this is?" And I'm like, can you just leave me alone?
Yeah, people
like,
always stop me on the street and ask me directions, but like I'm not a directions person.
It's so annoying.
And so I feel bad because all I do is take out my phone and like search it, and I'm like, why couldn't
you do that? Yeah. Actually, I had an experience on the bus the other day where like I was just minding my business, listening to music, and then like this old guy was sitting next to me, and he asked me how to get to like Boston Medical Center, and I'm like obviously I don't know off the top of my head. So I just pulled out my phone and I like showed him. He was like, "Oh, like do you know how many stops until then?" So I just showed him. And then I felt so bad for him. Like he was trying to put it in his phone, but like he couldn't
That's kind of
spell
like
anything.
that's
So I
an
was like, "Do you
exception,
want me
though.
to like put it in your phone for you?" And he was like, "Yes, please." So then I did, and like it was fine.
I feel like maybe old people are the exception because
yeah, old people it's fine. They can ask. Like that's fine. I feel bad for them. But
anyone,
everyone else,
yeah,
I'm
everyone
like, come
else,
on, like
you need to learn how to look up things in your phone. Like
yeah,
it's
so
part of
annoying.
life. You need to know how to look it up.
yeah, so that's basically why I just order like literally everything to the apartment, like my groceries I order, at literally anything I need, I just fucking order it. Because I just can't, like I can't do it.
It's hard. It's really hard, especially when it's like you have the schedules that we have. Little things like grocery shopping are major things, and you run out of time to do stuff like that.
It's too annoying. It's not in my time budget limit, whatever.
Yeah. But basically, since we both had like pretty miserable weeks, this will probably be a little bit of a shorter episode because I don't think anyone wants to sit here and hear us complain for an hour. So like we're just gonna talk about like little things that happen throughout the week.
I know it's so crazy because usually we're so up to date with like everything that's going on, but like I rarely have even been on like social media or like anything. Like I don't know
Yeah, I
anything that's
haven't
going on.
watched any TV this week,
Yeah.
which is really rare for me. Like usually I'm clocked into everything that's going on.
Mhm.
I mean, we were clocked into the VMAs.
Oh yeah, I have some notes on that.
Okay, let's get into the VMAs because this is like our first award show that we've covered.
True. I love like what are they? Oh, award shows. Not like the movie ones though. I only like the music ones.
I'll cover the movie ones because I like those.
Okay, let me find. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, my first note is what the fuck is Taylor Swift wearing?
Okay, no, but listen. Do we expect Blondie to have the best outfits?
No, definitely not.
But Blondie never does anything that like doesn't mean something. So when I see her in black and yellow plaid with like these black lace up gloves,
Yeah,
I'm like, what is this girl planning? So that was
right.
my first thought of maybe
Something was
gonna happen.
but nothing happened, sadly.
Right, but then well, like nothing happened. But she did do like the outfit change. So
Yeah,
that's when I
don't know why
really
she
thought
did
that something was happening. Maybe she just wanted to be more comfortable. Like when you have
Do you think that was more comfortable though?
yeah.
That she changed into?
Yeah, it was just like more like free movement to dance around in.
Yeah, that's true. Like obviously
She's a dancer.
Okay, let's not go crazy here.
At award shows, she likes to fucking move around. That's what she likes to do.
That is true. But the only like gripe I have with Taylor is like, why does everything need to be about her like 24 fucking 7? Like she has to know if she changes outfits in the middle of the VMAs, everyone is gonna be like, why did she just change outfits? Like blah blah blah. It's like, can you just let anyone else have like their moment?
Meanwhile, Jess is texting me, like live updating me, like almost to tears, like hoping that she's gonna announce Reputation TV.
No, like I really like Taylor, but like I could still have things that annoy me about her.
Right. But like everything is about her.
I guess, but I just feel like when
she didn't
other
do
people...
anything at that award show that was like, look at me, look at me. She changed her outfit, but if anyone else changes their outfit, like they just don't care.
Yeah, but like she knows that people are gonna care.
Well, that's why I thought that she was planning something,
right?
Because I thought the outfit change and the color scheme and everything I thought
very
was
true
going to be the announcement of Rep TV. Even though like I knew that it wasn't going to be because it was like the VMAs being on 9/11 was like
crazy
insane
in New York City.
In New York City, it's just kind of crazy,
wild.
Yeah, and I knew Taylor wasn't going to announce Rep TV on 9/11. Like,
yeah, it's like
it's
not
just not really her vibe. But for a second there, I thought that it was gonna happen, and yeah, it didn't.
Yeah.
So we keep on waiting.
Moving on from friggin' Taylor. Oh my God, Sabrina Carpenter, like she slayed. Like her performance was so good, and it just coming out of nowhere. Like this whole year, she just popped off. Album's great. Yeah, like I was just so proud of her, like doing her little thing up there. She looked amazing. She always looks stunning.
Yeah,
like she always.
She actually does always look really good. What was I gonna say? She sounds really good live, which is like something that I really didn't expect from her, because her music is kind of like more like
it
edited.
Sounds like
auto-tuned or edited, which like who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But she's actually a really good live performer.
Yeah, I thought she did amazing, and she won Song of the Year, so
which I think was like
for Espresso.
Yeah, I think that was a valid win.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the next thing I wrote was how iconic Katy Perry was.
Yeah, what did you think of her performance?
I thought it was so good. She's like up there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like I do think that she's really, really good.
Yeah.
But I don't like any of her songs.
Oh, really?
It's just I like when I hear like Firework come on, or if I hear
Oh.
like Roar come on, I'm not like, yes, like
Yeah, that's true. A lot
I'm
of her
kind of
songs are
annoyed
throwbacks.
immediately.
Yeah, like songs that were
But
too
she's
overplayed.
insanely talented. Like she sounds great. Like her performance is great.
It was so good.
Her songs
And
are just not really my thing.
she sung Teenage Dream, which is
Yeah,
like I love that song. Like when it first came out, I was like, I want this to
true.
be my
And
life.
that's been
Like
having a little bit of a resurgence of people like covering Teenage Dream, and
mm-hmm.
I do like that song.
It's so good. But yeah, I just wrote that she was so iconic. And then I was wondering if her beef with Taylor was resolved. Because Taylor was like, I mean, Taylor's always dancing around at the awards, but she was like into it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't think that like I think compared to the other beef that Taylor has been involved in since, like
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
true.
that's really a big thing on her mind anymore. So I think the beef is squashed there.
Um, I would agree with that. The next thing I wrote was, oh, this is going to be controversial. I said that Chappell Roan is not for me, but her performance was still really good.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know if people are gonna like or hate this, but I'm just like very on the fence with Chapel because I like her music a lot, and I think that she's a really good performer, and she sounds amazing live, like
Mm-hmm.
kind of exactly the same. Um, I don't know if I like her. Like, I just think that she's way like I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole, but I think she's way too new to be complaining about the fame already. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah.
just got famous,
And
like,
you're,
and you're
yeah.
already hating it, and it's like you can't be like big and be doing all of these things that you want to do that are like dreams of yours, like performing at the VMAs and performing on like Fallon and everything like that, and not
Right.
expect to be famous. It's like I
Yeah,
think
it's
we're
like, what
kind
do these
of
people expect?
yeah, in 2024 we're over the whole I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like
It's like it's exactly what you
right, it's like
expected.
you should expect it if that's what this is what you're trying to become a pop girly, and then you need to expect that you're going to get hate.
Right. Or you can do like what Sia does, where she like kept her face covered the whole like first 5 or
Right.
whatever year she was famous. It's like,
But this
okay,
whole
then you
like
don't no one will know who you
surprise
are.
yeah, but this whole surprise thing that she's like I didn't know I was going to get this much hate, and I didn't think I would have stalkers, and it's like
Why?
why did you think that? Like if you want to
Like
be someone that people love and people love your music, then it comes with both good and bad, and I just feel like it's way too early in her career to be like hating on being famous, because it's like no one's forcing you to be
right.
performing at the VMAs right now, or no one's forcing you to walk the red carpet, you know?
Yeah, it's like I get it if it's like you love making music and like whatever, you don't really care about like the fame part of it, but then it's like just make your music, like don't do all these like appearances and all that stuff and then be like, "Oh, like my fans aren't entitled to like anything." It's like, well, they actually are the ones like paying your fucking bills, so
Yeah,
like
that's
maybe
what
they
I don't like,
are.
because it's kind of
Like
giving when remember when like Doja Cat was doing that and saying like kind of hating on her fans and being like you guys are so weird for like liking me. I was so mad at that
that's
because
actually
I'm
really
like the fans are
funny.
the only reason that you're relevant, and the fans are the only reason that you have money. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of do owe them a little bit
Yeah,
for
and I
your
mean,
career.
obviously, like, yeah, I think whatever, you're having a bad day or like blah, 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 whatever, and you don't feel like taking pictures or like whatever. Like, I totally get that. But it's also like, you don't have to like be mean about it, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like there should be a balance or
Yeah.
something.
And
Like,
yeah, and it's not like I think that the stalking is okay, but it's just kind of
right?
like I don't believe that you weren't expecting this. It's
Yeah,
just like the
I don't know.
whole thing. So I don't know how I feel about her because it was just too fast. I'm like you like this is
Yeah, she won
something
Best New Artist, so it's
right.
like she's really new.
So it's like imagine when you're like, do you want to get bigger? Because then this is what comes with it, kind of thing. But I don't know.
Facts.
We'll see what happens with Chapel. But I really do like her music.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really care what happens to Chapel.
Well, we'll see if
I don't
she
care about
stands it.
her.
Like, I just feel like people who hate being famous, it's like, okay, then you're not going to be in the scene for long. But who knows?
So true. Then next I wrote Tyla is literally stunning.
Yeah, I love Tyla. I really
She's
do.
literally gorgeous.
Mhm.
And it was so funny when she won her award. I forget what she won. I think she won
Oh, she won
like
best
Afro
Afro
beats.
beat.
Yeah. They handed her like the Moon Man thing and she was like, "Wait, can you actually hold this for me? It's really heavy." And I was like, "That is so real." Like I
Yeah,
could
I
never
think
hold
she's
that
really
thing.
good. I like her a
I
lot.
think Chapel put it on the floor when she won her thing.
What is with this thing? Like,
I
that's
don't know.
crazy.
I
But
know.
okay.
Then I just wrote women are the best because
Yeah,
it's
the
like
pop girlies are taking over.
yeah, like I think there were like two men that performed and I don't know any men that won anything.
Yeah, except if you're Post Malone winning with
Right,
Taylor.
with Taylor, yeah. Um but besides that, like I don't Drake didn't win anything.
Also, I kind of love when Taylor calls him Austin. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, like it
It
sends me
reminds
a
me
little
of
tingle.
BFFs though.
Yeah. Well, that's the only Austin that we know. But when she calls him by his real name, I'm just like, ooh.
I know. That's so true. Um Oh, then I just wrote Megan the Stallion with like the star eye emojis. She was
Yeah,
slaying.
Watashi Wasta.
Yeah, her performance was so good, and she was the host. Um, and all of her outfits were like sick. She came out and like she redid like the Britney like costume with the snake,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
she had a real snake on her, and I was like, whoa, that's
Mm.
like really scary. um,
Speaking of
yeah.
outfits, I've kind of come around on Addison Rae's outfit. I kind
Oh
of
yeah,
think
you
it's
were like,
pretty
what
sick.
the
I was
fuck
like,
at
what the hell
first?
is this girl wearing?
Yeah.
But the longer I think about it, the longer I'm like, she's the one outfit that really I'm still thinking about.
Yeah.
Which
I
is,
thought it was cool.
yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, she really stood out.
Mhm.
And it was very VMAs.
Yeah,
It was very
so
like Miley
VMAs coded.
VMAs, like
Yeah,
back in their day.
totally agree.
And like obviously, I think that Sabrina Carpenter looks stunning, but for the VMAs,
Her outfits are very predictable. Like she's always going to be in a tight little like
right? But she was kind of in
corset
a on the red
bodysuit
carpet.
shit.
She was in like a long like white glittery dress,
She always wears white glitter.
but it kind of seems like it was more like sophisticated award show, not like VMAs. So I'm like, you could have done something so fun here.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And I think like Addison Rae
she went for it.
really went for it, and now I've changed my mind. I think she definitely like landed.
Mm-hmm. That was the end of my notes. But another thing that I was gonna say was at the very end, like I think Taylor won best like video director, and she shouted out Travis.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, she was like there was always one person like cheering me on after every cut and like I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Like my boyfriend Travis like made it so blah blah blah. Like I love him. Whatever.
It's just crazy because like she's been in so many different relationships and she's never done anything like that.
I know.
It's
But
just
like
really
they have
cute.
to get married at this point.
I think they will.
Hopefully.
If I like had to place a bet, I think I would bet that they will. But
So crazy.
it's just kind of cool that to see her like
so in love.
yeah, and so public about it because she never has been like that in the past, and she's just
Yeah.
kind of like in a I don't give a fuck mood now.
Yeah. Which is good for her. I feel like she needs that
Yeah.
energy. She needs that vibe in her life.
Right. That's probably why she's like holding off on Rep TV because she's in like
I don't give a fuck.
well that's kind of Rep coded, but I feel like she's just in a lover era, and maybe she doesn't want to go back to Rep yet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I feel like Rep is probably like a really emotional album for her to like re-record low key.
I think so too.
So it's like brings up a lot of like bad shit low key.
Yeah, I think so too.
Who knows when we're gonna get that? Hopefully soon, but it could be really far away.
Yeah, but it's like it's like something for me to look forward to, you know.
True, that is true.
Like that will be a good day.
Oh my god, that'll be a great day.
That'll be an amazing day. Like no matter what's going on,
it'll be good.
Right. So I kind of like that it's off in the distance and then
true.
Something that I can look forward to.
Something to look forward to for sure. We have some viewer questions that we can
Okay, let's answer our viewer questions. Also, you can also always ask us viewer questions on our social medias.
Yeah. Like
At Say It
literally
With Your
just
Chest
DM us.
podcast, DM us anything you want to know about us or anything about Boston or anything like that.
Oh yeah, speaking of Boston, we're gonna get back on the like doing things in Boston vibe, but it's like
Once we're like not depressed.
yeah, like we're just like in the midst of a lot right now with like school and like dealing with the fucking mouse. Like, you know, it's kind of hard to like do stuff when you have to like wait for fucking maintenance people all day to
Yeah.
come.
But if
And
you have
yeah.
suggestions on what you want us to do, definitely let us know.
Yeah, okay.
What's our first question?
First question is First question is what made you start a podcast?
What made us start a podcast?
Well, it kind of just started where like we always just like talk,
We can talk for so long. But you
as you
know
guys
what?
can probably
Actually, I just
tell.
saw on I think it was like an Instagram post, but it was like everybody needs their like couch friend.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're each other's couch friends where it's like all we need is a good place to sit or lay and
Oh my
just to
god, so
talk and
true.
we don't have to always be doing an activity to like hang out.
Yeah.
So we just always talk.
Yeah, and then we were like, we should just like make this a podcast because we would literally have like conversations and then be like, that literally could have
Yeah.
been a podcast.
Because we listen to so many podcasts where
Mhm.
sometimes we'll pause in the middle of our conversation and be like, this would be so good for a podcast.
Yeah, literally. So that's pretty much how it started, and then yeah, like we said before, like it took some time for us to actually like start doing it, but
Right. It took us some time, but just because we're obviously busy and like we didn't really know where to start. But I just
yeah.
feel like we got over the fact of everything needing to be perfect and we're like, we'll just start and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah. And once we like actually sat down and planned it out, it like we started it within like a week or two,
Yeah.
I think. Like we just didn't really know how to do it when we first started talking about it. But yeah, and now here we are.
And we both like love social media and I feel like that's
Mhm.
like both of our outlets
Yeah.
after weeks like this is like the little TikTok dramas or like the pop
Yes.
culture things are really what make us happy and like it's cool that we get to talk about it now because that's what we're interested in. So I think that's why we started the podcast because it's like we needed to dedicate an hour a week to things that actually make us happy and we're interested
Yeah.
in.
It's also kind of like a new hobby now.
Right. It's like like when people ask what are your hobbies, it's like we like creating podcasts, we like creating social media posts. Like,
Yeah. Creating content, if you will.
I know. I was scared to say that. I was scared to say creating content.
Content creator vibes. Okay, next question is where's your fave place to eat in the city?
Okay. I've thought about this one and I've told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
But my fave place to eat in the city so far has been Crossy in Back Bay. It's a Mediterranean like Greek restaurant in Back Bay. It is so good. I've never had anything like it in my entire life. They do like small plates and homemade like bread and like dips, which is like if you know me, all I need for a good meal is like a good bread and a dip. The only problem is that you cannot get a reservation at this place to save your life. I don't know what happened, but it blew up on everything and you can't get a you would have to make a reservation for like 3 months in advance.
So crazy.
Which is crazy. And usually I'm so against like things like that because I'm like, it can't be that good. But once I actually got in, it was that good. So I totally understand why. It's also a smaller space. So they have less seats to give out every night. But still, like, it was worth it. It was worth the wait. They also do takeout and like DoorDash. So sometimes I do that. But probably my favorite restaurant here and anywhere.
Tea.
I know. It's really, really good. I was telling Jess, like, she
Oh.
hasn't been there yet, but they have a
No.
ton of good vegetarian options, too. It's just, like, a wide spread of, like,
Variety.
everything. Yeah.
Tea. No, I definitely want to try that place. Okay, I have two. I have one that's just like a like normal like if you want something fast like to eat, and then I have like actual restaurant. So the first one, like if you want like something fast or like I get it a lot for lunch, like at work. It's called Silnaki, I
I
think
think
is
it's
how you say. Yeah,
Saloniki.
something like that. But it's really good. It's actually like a
I
Mediterranean
know we're really
place
into
too.
Mediterranean and Greek food.
Um, but yeah, it's just like so good. Like I love it. And they have like gyros or like just rice plates, salads, and then they have this like really good peach lemonade, which is like so random, but it's fire. Highly recommend if you go there. Um, and they also have like little desserts, like their Greek yogurt's really good. They have like little Greek donuts. So good. Love that place. And then my actual like real restaurant favorite place is Ocean Prime
Ugh, I
in
want to go
Seaport.
there.
I went there on a date and it was like the best food ever.
I know that's like you need to come to my restaurant. I need to go there because I
Yeah.
really want to try that.
Yeah, it was
And it's on the water, right?
so good. Yeah. Well, it's like
Kind of.
it's like close to the water, but
Okay.
not like on the
Okay.
water. But it's really good. They have this like sweet chili like calamari, which is like oh, it's so good. Like that place, so good. And they have like really cool drinks, sushi, seafood. Like it's just a vibe.
Mm. Also,
Um,
quick shout out to my favorite coffee place in Boston, Oakleaf Cafe on Westland Avenue
mm.
is the best coffee in Boston. I'm not even kidding because I know that like Tate and like Pavement are really big places in Boston, but like
Mm-hmm.
I don't really mess with those.
Mm-hmm.
Oakleaf is a small little cafe, like here in Fenway, and it's so good. They make different homemade Pop Tarts every day, so you never know which flavor they're gonna have. So I like
That's cool.
walking in and seeing like what's there because you never know.
Yeah.
And the coffee is the best I've ever had.
Damn. That's pretty crazy.
I know. Like seriously, because I thought that like moving from like New York to Boston, like I wouldn't like some of the food options as much, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that the best places are the places that like are not like the big branding things that
Yeah,
are
like
only in
little
Boston.
places. Mm-hmm.
Like I think that Tate is a little overrated.
Yeah, like it's whatever.
It's whatever. It's not bad, but it's just not as like there doesn't need to be one on every corner. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, but if you want really good coffee, Oakleaf, love them.
Yeah, people go crazy for Tate.
I know it's kind of crazy,
I know it's always so busy in
and
there.
it's also like super expensive for no reason. And like the coffees that they give you are like
Yeah, they're
this
really
big, they're
small.
tiny. So sometimes I'm like waiting online, and I have my coffee, like my 3 ounce coffee, and I'm waiting for my food to come out, and I like accidentally finish my coffee, and I'm like,
Oh my
what is
god.
happening?
Some of the food at Tate is really good though. They have like these like pancakes with like Greek yogurt. They're small little pancakes, but they're really good. And they come with like a like pear jam thing. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. Okay, next question is how is Boston different from Long Island?
It's super different. It is really different, but also I just feel like the people are really different.
True.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. Do you think people in Boston are meaner than people in New York?
no, I really don't. I
Neither do I.
think well, I think first of all that New York kind of gets a bad rep for being mean.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's not like mean, it's just more like busy. Like people just don't really have time for people.
Yeah,
Um,
so true.
but Boston, I think that when you go to restaurants and you go to like coffee shops and you go like to little places, you
Mm-hmm.
notice that the people actually care
Yeah.
and like are super nice. Like no one's stopping you on the street in New York to ask for directions down the street
No.
because you'll get told to like fuck off.
Yeah.
But here people
100%.
are comfortable like going up to you and like talking and
A little too comfortable.
yeah, well I just think we're not used to it, but in like the grand scheme of things I think it's kind of nice. Um I think that the people out actually are really really cool and like nice here because there's like a sense of like, oh, Bostonians that are
Yeah.
like a level of respect that they have for each other.
Yeah. That's true. I definitely don't think like Boston people are mean. Um I don't know. I feel like everyone's been like super nice to me since we've moved here for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like I think everyone's just like I think it's just more chill here in general, so people are like nicer,
Yeah, well,
if that makes
especially
sense.
like Boston is a huge student-run city because there's
Yeah.
a million different colleges, so it's a lot of young people,
Hmm.
and we're kind of like all in the same boat. So I feel like people are more welcoming.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not really like Boston isn't like New York is very much every age group of people you could see like walking down the street, but Boston is really mostly just like people in their 20s, early 30s
Yeah, which
from what
I
I've seen.
like. I like that
Yeah.
it's that way, just because it's just like kind of makes me feel a little bit safer walking down the streets.
Yeah, there's definitely less like weird like things going on
Right. I mean,
in
there are
Boston.
certain areas, but like,
Yeah, of course. For the most part though, it's like pretty safe. Pretty
yeah.
safe city.
I'm trying to think
I
how
I
Boston's
definitely
different.
think like the food on Long Island is like better than here. Just like
Yeah,
personally.
I think like the little options on Long Island are better. Um, like we definitely miss our like I think breakfast in Long Island is
For sure.
definitely better. Um,
And pizza.
well, yeah, I don't even remember the last time I had pizza
Same.
because I
Like so
I
long.
just don't even think of it as an option here.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. How is Boston
What
different?
else? Also, I feel like Long Island is just more, well, not more, but like you're so close to the beach. Like Boston doesn't have any real beaches, which is like obviously it's a city, whatever. But even like if you want to compare it to New York City, it's like if you want to go to a real beach, you're like 30 minutes away at
Right.
most, maybe. Whereas like Boston, I feel like if you want to go to a real beach, because the Southie Beach is not a real beach, just saying. I feel like you have to go like at least an hour away
Yeah,
or
no, for
more.
sure.
So that's one thing where like I don't know. Long Island, I definitely like being close to the beach because even in the winter, like just going by the water to like watch the sunset is like
Yeah.
fun.
People
But yeah.
wise, I think that like Long Island has a lot of people who are very similar.
Mhm.
Like I think that everyone in if you grew like people a lot of people in Long Island like grew up on Long Island and stay there.
Yeah.
So I feel like the mindset of Long Islanders are more in sync than in like Boston. There's more room for like um I don't know, different views and like just different people where like you're not always gonna agree with them. Like we're very different from a lot of the friends that we've met here. But
Mhm.
that's kind of refreshing in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
you kind
it's
of don't know
yeah.
who someone is before you meet them.
Yeah, true. I yeah, definitely Long Island is very like not that everyone's the same, but it's just like very
Very
similar
similar
vibes.
because it's like
Yeah.
I just know my like high school friend group and like the people I am still friends with from home. Like they kind of like they're all doing along the same like things like career
Mhm.
wise and um like what they like to do, and I don't know, it's just kind of cool to have like friends now from like here that like our friends like to snowboard. Like I don't like that, but
Mhm.
on Long Island it's kind of like we all kind of like doing all the same things.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I definitely know like people on Long Island that it's like kind of all like a variety or like
Yeah.
mix of different stuff. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like similar
But it's kind of like
vibes.
even here when you meet from someone from Long Island, you're like, oh, like you're from Long Island. Like I
Yeah,
can
like you
tell.
kind of know. Yeah, that's true. Um,
Which is not a bad thing, but it's just I just think that Boston like people move here. So there's just
True.
a lot more
Well, yeah, you're getting people from
personalities.
like different areas where Long Island is usually like just people that have grown up there, like their
Right.
families there, stuff like that. So yeah, it is like very it's just more of like a family like vibe, I feel like Long
Yeah.
Island. Um yeah, but definitely miss Long Island sometimes. Like, I don't know. I just love the vibes there. Vibes here are good too, but just good vibes, especially in the summer.
Yeah, summer Long Island is kind of different.
Okay, our last viewer question is what is dating like in Boston?
I'll let you take this one over.
uh, what is dating like in Boston? Bad. I think it's kind of like, well, I don't know, like everyone that I know that's like single in Boston is kind of like all in the same boat where it's like everyone's just really over like the dating apps and like using those and stuff like that. But then it's also like, how are you supposed to meet like real people in real
Yeah, I think
life?
that's a common thing. It's like people in Boston aren't really looking for commitment,
Yeah,
like
which
at
is
all.
like a huge thing. I feel like a lot of like the guys here like don't really like want to commit. So it makes dating here like kind of hard because it's like, I mean, I'm sure like some girls like that's fine and like they just want to have fun and like whatever. They're not looking for like anything serious. But I think if you are, it's kind of like it makes it hard when at least like the majority of guys don't really want that. But I've been on like a few good dates like in Boston. So I don't know. They're like I like don't really like get nervous for first dates. Like I kind of just like go into them like whatever cuz it's like
That's good.
at least for me it's like I don't fucking know this person from like Tom, Dick, or Harry off the fucking street. Like
Yeah.
so like it's like I don't really care like when I'm going like on a first date. I'm just like okay, like we'll fucking see what happens. I don't really like take them that seriously, which also maybe could be an issue in
Wait, are you
itself.
figuring something out right now?
But yeah, I like don't take them seriously really. Um, so yeah, that could be a problem. But I don't know. That's just my take on it.
My
We'll see.
observation is that like it's kind of the same for everyone.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my friends here are looking for something serious, but the pool of dating is just kind of like
Yeah, exactly. It's
like I
very
don't
meh.
know. Yeah, it's very meh and it's very much like the dating apps no one's really looking for anything serious.
Yeah, so it makes it hard because it's like even Hinge, which I feel like started out as like a like
A more
more
serious,
serious like
yeah.
dating app is now like just not really. It's kind of just like the same as Tinder or like any like dating
Right.
app, I guess. So it's kind of like I don't know. And I'm just to the point now where it's like when I go on the apps, like if I'm talking to someone, I'm just like, this is like going nowhere. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also just like, yeah, like I don't really care about first dates, but it's also that I don't like really want to waste my time like going on a first date and like doing the whole thing if it's just gonna become like a like they just want to hook up like thing.
Which is completely understandable. Like
Because then it's just like annoying
I
and then
think
it's
people just need
like
to be more upfront of like this is actually what I want, but
yeah,
they
because it's like well the thing that like makes me so annoyed is like you go on a first date and then after they're like okay like so do you want to come over and I'm like whoa like just
like
because you
it's
fucking took
all
me
or
on a
nothing.
first date
Yeah,
like
they think
now
it's like one date and then you're like in on just like the hookup, but it's like
yeah
that's obviously not what you're looking for. It's just
right and then it's like and then it's confusing because it's like
what happened to the second date?
yeah
Like
what happened to how are you or
yeah.
like literally anything like it's just like oh now because you took me for fucking dinner now we have to hook up like what
Yeah.
it's just so
Because there's
crazy
no like when people are like, oh, the third date is when stuff like starts to happen or whatever. Like there's no second or third date anymore. It's always just like
yeah
they reel you in with one and then
Yeah, and then it's kind of
Netflix
like,
and chill.
right, they're like, do you want to come over? And then it's like confusing because it's like, okay, well, like you took me on a date, so normally you would think that that's like more serious than just like straight up asking like, do you want to
Yeah.
come over? But then it's like you're asking me to come over, so it's like, are we just gonna like watch a movie or like are we gonna do something? Like,
Yeah.
so then it's just like, what the fuck? And then you're just like stuck in a weird like situationship, and you're like, how did we get here
Yeah,
again?
exactly.
Like,
It's such a cycle.
it's such a
But I feel like you picked
cycle.
up on what's going on now that you're like,
Yeah, now I'm fucking on to all you little
right,
bitches, and I know what's up. So I'm not getting fooled with that shit anymore.
right.
Hopefully. But then it's like I think I'm not getting fooled, and then like something else
But you
happens,
kind
and
of
I'm
been
like,
off.
whoa, I'm not like I didn't even expect that, and now I'm back fooled
I
again.
know. You kind of been off your dating era though.
Well, yeah, I had to take a pause because I went on a terrible first date.
I know.
It was a really bad one, like, so I had to take a break.
I know. But it's been a long break.
Yeah, well, because summer is hard because I feel like a lot of people are away.
Yeah,
That, like,
also
actually
like
live in the
we're
city.
not no one's looking for anything serious anyway. They're not looking for something serious
In the
in the
summer.
summer.
Right. So I feel like fall is actually a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's usually like everyone's back in the city and like stuff like that. So I'm always on the apps, but it's just if I'm like, well, recently I've been doing this thing that's like really bad, and I know it's really bad, but it's like I'll talk to this guy on the apps, and then he'll be like, "Oh, like what's your phone number?" And then I'll give it to him, and then he'll text me, and I'll never answer.
Aw, that's
I know it's really bad, but I'm just like, ugh.
Wait, do you want to tell the people who that guy said you looked like?
Oh my god. Everyone get your phones out so you can fucking look up this girl. um okay, so basically I was talking to this guy on Hinge. It was actually like kind of cute. Um and whatever. Wait, I have to fucking find this shit. Oh yeah. So whatever, we're like talking, blah blah, and then he goes, "You kind of look like, wait, how do you say this? Aja? AJA?
Aja,
Aja Wilson.
Asia or Aja?
Aja, I think.
I don't
Aja.
know. She's a WNBA
Yeah, so
player.
of course I don't know who anyone is. So I go on my fucking phone and I type in this girl. And I'm like,
Comment below if you think Jess looks like her.
guys, if you literally say I look like this girl, like you're actually dead to
I
me.
think she's pretty, so
no,
I don't think.
no. Listen, like I think she's pretty.
It's like
too.
if Jess got built. If Jess like got gains,
no, I look nothing like this girl though. That's the thing. Like maybe if you want to say like when we both smile and tilt our head to the right and like our left eye is slightly closed, like maybe I'd fucking look like her. But in reality, I do not look like this fucking girl. But he said that, and then he goes, "I so mean that as a compliment. You're gorgeous." And I'm like, okay,
like why did you have to clarify that?
yeah, like that's not good. If you have to clarify that it's a compliment, that's not good. That's like saying no offense, but
no,
and
but
you say
obviously
something
he
mean.
likes her. Like he thinks she's pretty and he thinks you're pretty. So I don't think that's
okay. But this is what I'm saying. Like the bar is low. Like this is what we're going for here, people.
I know.
It's like, oh my god, this is why I can't do it. Like I'm trying, but and then the worst is like I feel like last year when I was talking to guys on the app, like they were like into the combo, like combos flowing, and now it's like these people take so fucking long to answer. And I mean, I take really long to
that's
answer
what I was
too.
gonna say.
But it's like I just maybe I have really traditional views. I don't know. But I just think if you're like courting someone,
Yeah,
like you have to like
show up.
yeah. It's like if you answer like 2 days later, it's like, well, now I don't care.
No, I think that's fair because I don't think anyone should take 2 days to respond.
Right. And it's
something
like,
that you're actually interested in and care about. But I also think that like when the guys respond fast, then people are like they're weird.
yeah, I don't think that.
Okay, yeah, because I was on someone else's Hinge, like one of my
Do
friends.
I know this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to expose her.
No,
this.
yeah.
But I was on someone else's Hinge, like looking on her profile to see like the guys that like her or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And there's this like cutish guy that was like, that like we liked one of his photos, and he like responded, and she was like why is he responding? Like,
okay, no.
Why is, and then like I responded to the message for her, and then he responded back, and then she's like, no, like we're done. Like, why is he responding so fast?
Okay, this is my thing that I have to say.
But it's like, what do you want? If they take too long, if they
to all the girlies, like I have advice. First things first is that I feel like a lot of girls are like, oh my god, like I hate Hinge because the people that like me are like so gross and like blah blah blah. It's like, okay, guys, we need to like stop with that because men are like they don't know you.
Mhm.
So it's not like you shouldn't get upset over that. And also it's like men are just like fucking pigs. Like, okay, like
we know this.
Yeah, like someone that's ugly liked you. Like, it's okay. Like, it has nothing to do with you or your personality or the way you look or anything like that. It's just like, okay, like, do you think ugly people don't like anyone at all? Like, they have to like people too. So that's my first thing. Like, don't let that upset you and don't let that stop you from like going on Hinge. It's like just X them and then they'll go away and it's fine. The second thing is that I feel like I don't really do the whole like waiting like thing to respond.
I think it's stupid.
Same. It's like when I say I take a long
go
time
after
to
what
respond,
you want.
It's because I like don't go on the app. But
or you're not interested in them.
Yeah.
Like, but if you are interested, then you should
if I'm
answer.
interested and I'm on the app, like I'm answering because like I feel like that's just like the normal thing to do.
Right.
But when people are like,
because
oh my god,
if you don't want someone
so fast,
to play games with you, then you shouldn't play games with them.
Exactly. And it's like, wouldn't you like if you're on Hinge to like find a boyfriend, like wouldn't you want your boyfriend to respond to you quickly? Like, yeah, that's what confuses me. I'm just like, that's good. Like if they respond, then it's good. Like you can start the conversation. Like you don't have to wait a day. You know what I mean? Like when too much time goes by, at least for me, it's like we match and they don't say anything. I'm like, okay, you're done. Like,
yeah, because you're obviously not serious enough that you want to get to know me.
Right. And it's like, you want me to say something? Like, obviously, I'm not saying anything first. I'm the girl.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine when guys answer quickly. I actually think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's sweet.
But yeah, I guess that's a little bit about dating in Boston. Overall, it's pretty bad, but
I think it's also hard being a tall girl in the city.
Ugh. It's hard being a tall girl anywhere.
A lot of the men here are very short. And they like if you look out across the bar, like the 1 6-foot guy is like sticking up, like you can spot him immediately. Everyone else is really short.
It's like crazy, and it's like I'm
not saying that. I mean, short kings are really having their moment.
If you're into that.
But if you want someone who's taller than you and you're like 5'8", 5'9", it's a little hard.
It's really hard, and it's like on my dating apps, I set my height to 6 foot because like I want a guy that has a few inches on me. Like, sue me. I don't know. Yeah, but it fucking makes the dating pool like so much smaller than it already is. I'm like, shit, trying to get someone that's fucking 6 foot, and it's like 10 guys. Like, holy fuck.
Right.
I don't know how they all got so short.
I don't know either. I think it's something with like
something in the water.
Something in the harbor.
Must be. I'm like, no, but then when I see a guy that's tall, I'm like, holy shit. Like,
right. Well, you kind of have like
please answer.
You have like the tall goggles on because like if you're tall, you're automatically like you get a couple points. Like you appear 100%. Hotter than you actually are because you're tall.
Yeah, so true. Like guys that are the lowest
maybe if you're a guy listening to this pod and you're tall but you don't get a lot of girls, move to Boston.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say lie about your height, and I was like, no don't do that.
Why would I say that? Don't lie about anything. I would never say that. But I'm just thinking, like, if you're a tall guy in another city that doesn't get a lot of girls, move to Boston because you're gonna be one of the only tall people here.
So fucking true.
I remember we
tough.
saw on our analytics that we have more guy listeners than girl listeners.
Oh yeah, on
So maybe
Spotify.
there's
Shout out, guys.
maybe there's more guys listening to us right now.
Yeah, if you're a guy and you're listening and you want to like get a girlfriend, then hit me up. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, what? Are you sending out an advertisement?
No, that was a complete joke. I was gonna say just like, you know, do all the things we said, like answer like quickly, and just be like fucking straightforward.
Right. If honestly, like some girls who do just want to hook up want you to like cut to the chase and be like, do you want to just hook up? Like, I just feel like that's more like straightforward.
Yeah, and it's like the guys on Hinge that are like you can put like what kind of relationship you're looking for, like
Right.
long term
But
or
no
like
one actually
short term.
puts what they're actually
Yeah,
looking for.
or they're like long term, open to short term, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Right. No.
Like you just want to fuck around.
Right.
So just say that. Like if you're a guy listening, just be honest. Like literally just tell the truth.
The fact that we have to say this, it's just
No, but you literally do.
I know.
Because they're like
Biggest advice is be honest.
like literally just be a fucking normal human and tell the truth. Like I promise you it's really not that hard, and you'll probably get like way more girls if you're just
or
like
you'll find what you're actually looking for.
yeah, and then there's no like confusion and you don't have to be like, oh, like blah blah. But the thing I don't understand about guys is how they just like don't care about anything. Like I feel like I don't care about anything.
No, guys
And then
don't
I
care
see
about
guys
anything.
and I'm like, they literally don't care about anything. Like it's actually crazy. I don't know how they do that. Like
I
they
don't know.
give a fuck.
If you're a guy listening, do you care about anything?
Besides like fucking football. That's the other thing
I
is
know.
like all the
But
guys
part of
on
me
the
is like they do care about stuff, but they like just don't show it.
I guess.
But if you're not trying to come off that way, I don't know what you're doing because it's coming off that they don't care about anything.
yeah, I'm like, what the hell? You don't care about shit. Like how? It's so weird.
It is weird.
I'm like,
but like I'm never gonna pretend to try to like understand guy thinking.
yeah, you never can.
You never
honestly.
can. That's a rabbit hole that you can't go down.
I know, but so hard because I'm always like, what are they thinking?
Yeah.
Or are they even thinking anything?
I don't think so. I really don't.
So yeah, I guess that's my spiel about dating in Boston. And that was our last viewer question. So
yeah, if you have any more viewer questions, ask us anytime.
Yeah. And
anything else you want to chat about?
Do I have anything else to chat about? Like oh, I guess I can chat about this really quick.
Okay.
I joined Bumble BFFs.
No way!
Surprise.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. Actually, there were some really like cool normal girls on there. So we'll see what happens.
Wait, that would be a really fun segment.
I know.
On the pod to talk about Bumble BFFs. Wait, I love that.
I know, because I was like, I gotta like do something. Like last weekend, I was like, ugh, I'm so bored right now, like just fucking doing nothing. So I'm like, I gotta like find people to like do stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I think that's really good.
So yeah, we'll see how like that journey goes. But a lot of cool people on there, I have to say.
Have you talked to anyone?
Yeah, I'm
You're
actually
friends?
really popular on Bubble BFFs. Like not to do my own
God.
horn or anything, but like there's some really cool people on there. It's just a matter of like actually doing
like actually
the plans.
meeting up. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it's kind of like weird on there because
it
like,
feels like
it's
dating.
Yeah,
that's what I would be scared about because I feel like unless you're actually hanging out as like friends, it's kind of like you're just messaging them like you're dating, like that you want them to like you and.
Oh no, not that. I was gonna say that it's only weird because since it is like a dating app, it's kind of like I feel like the other person is always waiting for the other person to say like, "Oh, do you want to hit it?"
Yeah.
Just because it's like
we're both girls. Yeah.
So that's the only thing.
So you're gonna be the initiator.
Yeah. No. Maybe I don't know. We're just seeing how it goes right now.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, they're like cool people on there. So if you're moving to a new city, definitely recommend
Yeah, I think that's really
joining that.
cool.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully something good will
Come
come
back
from
with some
it.
good stories.
Yeah, just trying to like find stuff to do, get out of the apartment, yada yada. You guys already know this, but I don't know. Just wanted to try something new, meet some new people. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like that a lot.
So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I think it will go well. Just like have to actually plan stuff. But yeah,
Maybe we can find like a pair of best friends that want to like make a little group. Because I feel like
tea.
that would be less awkward,
Yeah, true. If
you
you had
know?
like another, like you, like
Like
yeah,
if we both
both had a
went
friend.
with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
different roommates. Like,
that would be cool.
yeah. I
I
mean,
haven't
we're
seen
getting
like in
drinks with
pairs.
roommates
Yeah,
on
on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll give us something to talk about.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess that's it for this week.
Yeah. Like we said, we had a pretty slow week,
Yeah.
pretty just like work, school focused week. So
Yeah,
we'll try to
hopefully
think
in
of
the
something.
future.
Yeah.
I want this fall to be like fun, so
Yeah.
hopefully in coming weeks we'll have more
I think
things
for
that we
next
did.
week, let's try to plan something to do on the pod that's like fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully this episode wasn't too like dreary for you guys. I feel like we got a little upbeat like in
Yeah.
there, so
Because again, we're doing what we love, talking, yapping, and yeah, this is our little break from a terrible week. So thanks for
yeah.
spending it with us.
Yeah, thanks again for listening and tuning in or whatever you're doing, watching.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.